It's not a perfect science, folks. We'll just try this out here. When I call out card, if I call yours out, please sit down. 10 of hearts. Queen of Hearts, King of Diamonds. That's why we get the big book. All right, let's talk about who's coming out here next. 3 years ago, Blaine Little joined the Murfreesboro Magic Club, and he's been an active member of the club ever since. His magic has leaned towards what people these days call street magic, primarily card wizardry and close-up illusions. Tonight, Blaine brings from the street to the big stage his very first on-stage performance. Please give a big Murfreesboro welcome to my buddy, Blaine Little.
Hello, and thank you. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for the applause. Y'all enjoying yourselves so far? Good. Well, as Dr. Gary had mentioned, I am primarily a street magician. And I do also a little bit of mentalism, and I'll draw your attention to this prediction that I made over here with a playing card, an oversized playing card. And we'll come back to that here in just a little bit. But I joined the club about 3 years ago. As my dad used to say, it keeps me out of pool halls. So anything that keeps you, it's a good habit, that's good. But I did, and I really enjoy doing the street magic, the stuff like David Blaine and Chris Angel and those types of things. And the guy's been asking me, Blaine, when are you ever going to get up on stage at one of our shows and perform? And I said, how in the world can I do close-up magic with my cards and everything for an audience of 120 people? And they said, well, just get yourself some bigger cards. Okay, well, that makes sense. I guess that will work then. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask just a little bit of audience participation here tonight, and I'm going to ask 3 people to just kind of help me pull some random numbers. But before I do that, I'm going to need one helper to actually come up on stage and help write some numbers on the whiteboard over there. Someone who's good with just simple arithmetic, just easy, simple math. So moms, dads, that knocks you out of the running. I'm sorry. Preferably someone in middle school. You, dear, what's your name? Betsy. Okay, you pretty good at math? B's and C's? A's? A's and B's? I think you're the one I want. Give Betsy a hand. Come on up. And you will just stand right there. I have an eraser, I have a marker, and fear not, I do have a calculator right there. So if you need anything, and in just a minute, what I'm going to do is we're going to give you 3 different numbers to write across there. But right now, I'm going to ask some people to just kind of help me with some of these random cards. In fact, would you give those a shuffle? Okay, nothing fancy, no Texas down 4 split or anything. Oh, okay, you are going to do the Texas down 4 split. Oh, okay. You ever play much poker, Betsy? No? Okay. Well, we've got a game going on after the show. Don't laugh, I'll see her next week at Tunica. Okay. So I'm going to come into the audience here, and we can get just a little bit of house lights just for a few minutes. Ma'am, will you select a card, any card? It's the old proverbial pick a card, any card. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask to see that here in just a little while, okay? Last night, there was a 6-year-old who would not show me that card. That's a different trick. Okay. You, sir, will you select a card, pick a card, any card? Okay. And, oops. And man, when you selected that card, did you feel good about that choice? You feel fine with that card? Okay, it's not like unlucky or anything like that. Sir, do you feel good about your choice? You fine with that? Was that fair? You could pick any card that you wanted. Okay, good deal. All right, and let me come spread them out one more time. Man, can you give me a hand? Just pick a card, any card. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Just any card, really any card that you want. Okay, you're fine with that. Okay. All right, very good. Now, hopefully, they're three completely different numbers and non-sequential, because if I wind up with 555, it's going to look like something on television. If I wind up with 666, I'll be kicked out of my church. So, now, number one, you're happy with your number one card position holder. You're happy with your selection. And, sir, you're fine with yours. You don't want to trade it? Ma'am, do you want to trade that card for anything else? I was having fun with you, but you know, anything? Okay. Does any of you want to trade with one or the other? You may be a little far, but does 2 and 3 want to trade with each other? Anything like that? You're fine with what you got? Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and, man, will you show me and the audience that card? Okay, and show it to the audience. 7 of spades, 7 of spades. Betsy, will you write 7 in the top left-hand corner? And we're going to have 3 numbers going across there. 7. Thank you, dear. And the next card, sir, what was your card, please? 4. 4 diamonds, okay. You put up a 4 up there, Betsy. And the last card, man, a 7. 7, okay, 7. I'll tell you what. I really want to get completely different cards, and I was fun with you. I don't want anybody to think anything weird. Any card is fine. Is it, okay, what you got there? A 3. Okay, are you fine with that? You sure? Okay. 3, 740, and 3. And that's our numbers. 743 right there, dear. Okay. Now, we've got our number selected from the audience. They've helped us out. Now, let's do a little math. Betsy, will you take that number 743, will you flip that around underneath it, just write 347, please. So we got 743 and 347, and in my prediction, I have an oversized bicycle card just like this, okay? Now, will you find the difference of those two numbers? Just subtract one from the other, 743 minus 347. You're going to get negative integers or anything like that, so that'll be good. Okay, sorry. Oops. Now, I do have another marker if we need it. Okay, 396, 396. All right, now I'm going to ask you to do sort of the same thing again, Betsy. Just take that number 396, flip that around underneath it, and write 693, will you? 693. And we subtracted last time, so now we're going to add. You just add those two numbers together. Now, like I said, my prediction was on one of these bicycle cards, these bicycle playing deck cards. And what's another name for an ace? It's a 1, right? So if we receive it, if it's a jack, that's an 11. If it's a queen, that's a 12. If it's 13, if we get a king, okay? So, Betsy, what is our number that we got?
1,080.
Well, that's a big number, okay. 1,089, okay. Was the calculator working pretty good? A student, right? Okay, next time I need to get a C student. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't know that clubs go into the thousands. Must be a diamond. So let me see what I've got here. I'll bring this right here. Well, it is a diamond. In fact, it says 1,089. Y'all can give Betsy a hand. Thank you so much for helping us out. Okay. Now, as a street performer, as a street magician, I do a lot of tricks, do a lot of traveling. Wherever I go, people always want to know, how in the world did you do that trick? How'd you do that trick? So, Would you like to know how I did that trick, young man? You would? Okay, well, you know, I'm primarily a street magician, but as a stage magician, I did that trick with smoke and mirrors. That's how I did that trick. So, when you come back to the fall show, you'll be able to replicate that very trick, okay? As I say, I do a lot of traveling, and I just love magic is just kind of a part of my personality and who I am. And every time I go out somewhere, someone says, "Oh, pull out your pack of tricks and show me what all you're going to do, and show us a trick, show us a trick." Sometimes I kind of feel the sense that someone else has the gift. And I think I felt it earlier here. My number 2 card position holder. The force is strong with you, sir. We're about to have a Yoda moment. You may levitate a Toyota. No? Okay. What I'm going to do is I've got these cards here, just same gag. Pick a card, any card. Okay. Now, and it's okay for us to see that card. What is that card? 8 of clubs. Will you show that to the audience? Outstanding. Now, I have a green Sharpie. Will you just write your name across the face of that really big, so we'll know that is yours? Outstanding. And can I get that card back? Okay, that's yours. Okay, so it's the 8 of clubs. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, Mike, is the number 8 significant in your life in any way? Does that have any significance for you? It doesn't. How about the suit of clubs? Does that have any significance? Okay, how about the letters M-I-K-E? Oh, that's you! Oh, that's your name! Oh, okay. All right, so there's something to it after all. Okay. I thought you really had to do it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to just kind of concentrate. Think about your club, the 8 of cards, and you never know, something just might take flight. He's got the gift. He's got it, ladies and gentlemen. He's got it. But like I say, and I could ask, just because our audience is here, sir, how did you perform that trick? Smoke and mirrors. He says smoke and mirrors. That's what he did. That's how he did it, smoke and mirrors. So see, it works every time. Stage magicians, street magicians, that's what you got to have. But every time I go out somewhere, someone always says, show me a trick, show me a trick. And you've got to have the proper tools of the trade, if you will. You can't perform good street magic without the tools of the trade. And, yes. Thank you. My lovely daughter, Amanda. Thank you so much, dear. For performing street magic, you got to have the right tools of the trade. So in other words, you have to have a big box of what? Right rope. Got to have a bright, shiny red rope. Can't do it without it. I mean, look, if it were all card tricks, you'd be a little bored, right? No, we love card tricks. Good. Okay. We begin with 1 rope, which is really quite long. The second, more average, but they still get along. The third is quite small, but it doesn't care. For when the 3 are together, the magic is there. Although it appears that they vary in size, we must ask ourselves, can we trust our eyes? For with the wave of the hand, the magic is done, and when all have settled, all links are now one. We have 1. We have 2. And of course we have 3. Yet before our very eyes, we can't believe what we see. But as quick as it happened, it now all comes undone. For now we have 3 links instead of just 1. Always remember the law of perception. For what you have just witnessed was all a deception. And again, someone hazard a guess how I did that trick? Hey, y'all are way ahead of me. All right. Don't try to get me in trouble with my club. All right. I was asked tonight to perform one of my signature card tricks, one of the ones that I'm kind of most known for. And I thought of a trick using 4 different cards. And I selected the 4 different cards here, 1, 2, 3, 4. The ace of spades to represent magic. The 2 of hearts to represent my wife and I. The 3 of clubs to represent the number of years I've been in Middle Tennessee Magic Club. And the 4 of diamonds to represent my family. And now I'd like to show you my signature card. My sir, please.
Smoke and mirrors, yeah. Looking out here. Would you come up here and help me with something? Yes? Yeah, come on up. Give him a big round of applause. Right here. What is your name, sir? Evan? Turn around here so everybody can see you. There he is. Give him a round of applause. Evan, how old are you? 4? Are you married yet? No. You go to school? Preschool? Okay, and you love school, right? What happens by high school? I just don't know. Evan, you like to play games? Have you ever played the spoon game? Well, we're going to play the spoon game. I got us a couple of spoons here. Here's a spoon for you. Now, before we start the spoon game, Evan, take your empty hand. That's the one that doesn't have the spoon. Come up and just kind of rub your nose a little bit. No, this part of your nose up here. Yeah, rub, because everybody has a little bit of oil on their nose. We're going to kind of get that. Yeah, that's great. Maddie's using that finger. Okay. Now,